Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, everything in the middle. Uh, Welcome back. Today is just Sunday morning as I film this. Absolutely beautiful day here in the Pacific Northwest. We got a worm, we got a bobber, we're looking for red ear sunfish, we're looking for dinks, we're looking for bass. But we're doing it in the laziest way possible. I mean, my plan is to not even get up out this chair, catch as many fish as I possibly can. Don't care what kind, don't care what size. That's not entirely true, to be honest. I do care. But I'll settle, right? Beautiful, beautiful morning. No complaints. Hey, shout out to that one lurker. If you're new, welcome. Welcome to the backyard pond. Train. Y'all heard that new Stella Lefty song? No sponsorship, no plug. She probably don't even want me talking about her. But she got that new song out, like Train Back to Boston, or something along those lines. Catchy as hell, but undoubtedly a one-hit wonder. And that's alright. We just outpassed these lily pads. Wind's just starting to kick up. You know, normally I come out here, I'm throwing 2 or 3 rods, jigs, soft plastic, speed worms, everything. Today we're switching it up. We're just doing it a little different. We're actually going to pay attention. Pay attention to our bobber. And hopefully we can hook up. Hey, we on. He don't feel big, but he's fighting. Oh, he wrapped me. He wrapped me around a lily pad. Oh, don't break off. Come on. Son of a... I know we got a fish on there. I'm only using 5-pound line. Ah. Shit, he broke me off, I think. Damn. He got off. We had it. It was on. Hey, shout out chat. Hi. The crab. Connie, shout out. Good morning. We're just hanging out. This is my backyard pond. We're looking for fish. We had one. We were on. He wrapped the lily pad and got away. But, I'll tell you what, a fish bite in the morning is better than coffee. All right, I might be exaggerating. It's definitely not better than coffee, but oh, that's exciting. Signs of life. Thanks, Bella. Kuna, gosh, it's about 7:30 in the morning here in the Pacific Northwest. I live on the Washington State coast, and the Pacific Ocean, is a mile that way. There's a big old bay that way, and I live on a sandbar in the middle. This is my backyard pond, and I feel fortunate. It is absolutely beautiful here. The pond itself is about 8 acres. I share it with, about a dozen other houses or so. We have yellow perch, sunfish, bass, catfish, and they stocked it in the 90s with trout to help keep the mosquitoes down. But they haven't stocked it since. So I'm not saying I couldn't find a trout. I'm just saying they're kind of a rare species. Super simple setup. I mean, we fishing like we're 8 years old. We got a bobber. We don't even have a swivel. And we got a worm. Probably I don't know, 2-3 foot drop. We just lost a fish, but that's promising. Water temps are just starting to warm up. Threw out just past the lily pads. The pond depth is about 19 feet in the deepest part. We're probably in about 7 or 8 feet. The middle was dredged out to help with drainage. And, man, I am in a great mood. It's been raining the last few days. Safari, we just yeah, Bella. Hey everybody. Hey, chat. No, man, I'm not rich. To be honest, I guess that all depends on your definition. On a beautiful sunny day like this, I feel rich. But, I lived in the big city, or the suburbs of the big city, for most of my life. And housing costs were astronomical, and it cost more to rent an apartment there than it did to purchase a smaller, older home where I'm at. And I never looked back, And living, okay, we're getting bites. We missed it. We're getting bites. This is going to be a good morning. I think we're going to put some fish in the bag. He didn't feel very big. We missed that hook set. But there's a school of something. I want to think it's either red ear sliders or red ear sunfish or perch. I'm hoping it's some yellow perch. We threw out a little farther. We're going to just kind of drift back into it. So like I was saying, hey, good morning with Fish and Ferg. Bella, you are absolutely correct. Quality of life. And it don't get much better than this. It's not raining for the moment. It did just get a little bit darker. Nabu Solis. Sorry if I mispronounce your name. I went to public school, and I can barely read. I think I was like a product of the The pond is pretty big. Yeah, it's probably 7, 8 acres. And there's a creek that way that runs up into a state park, which is kind of fun. I did that on Friday. I went up, visited Beaver Dam, doing a little adventure. It's still a little bit cold. A big old cloud that just kind of blocked through, but there's a nice 20 breeze, so the fishing version, or felon, okay. Man, I'm in Washington State, out on the coast, man. I am missing bites, missing fish. Oh, I should have let him have it. I think I ripped it out of his mouth. Alright, I think we know where they're at now. Yeah, Washington State, right out on the coast. The ocean's about a mile behind me. And I know what you're thinking. You're like, yo, why are you fishing in the pond when the ocean's right behind you and it's a beautiful day? And the answer to that question is the ocean's angry right now. You know, it looks calm out here. And it is, but the wind's going to kick up to probably 15, 20 miles an hour here pretty quick. And then those waves are going to match suit. It's going to be 8 to 12 foot swells. And I just don't feel like dealing with that today. Bella, to answer your question, yeah. I have a John boat. And, I mean, we can hop in that thing and go for a ride right now. You know, if we can get, I don't know, 15 likes on this video, I hate setting that. Either I'm going to do it or not. You know, yeah, I got a John boat. I got a kayak. I don't have a canoe. It's not my favorite. The kayak's not my favorite either. But I got a little boat, and maybe if I can get some motivation, we'll head out. Oh, we're getting bites. They're just nibbling it, and I'm pulling it away from them. But you know, Bella, if you check out my channel, my last live was pretty neat. I got in my boat, went up the creek, into the state park, and found a big old beaver dam that had never been fished before. And fished it. And then, because I have like a childlike mentality, I had to breach that dam, right? I don't know what it is about people and water, but I mean, the beavers built this huge dam, and I'm like, what happens if I take away part of it, right? So I did. It's a pretty long video, but if you got some time and you enjoy the outdoors, it's kind of neat, you know? I know where these fish are, and yet I still overthrew. I didn't throw it where I'm getting the bites. But as far as living the dream goes, yeah, you know, it just feels good to me. You know, like, all right, So it's not like I don't own a lot of acreage. I don't know. I think I own like half an acre. My neighbor is probably 100 yards or 50 yards that way. But yeah, safari. It's you gotta be the right time of year, and it's early. It's early where I live too. The fish kind of seem to wake up in stages, and if you're different fish bite different times of the year. They went and planted a bunch of massive trout in a recent nearby lake. But to me, that feels like shooting fish in a barrel. I don't like it. These trout are all planted and they don't know what freedom is. It's not a wild fish by any means. Everything I catch out of here is native. It wasn't, put here by evolution, not by a man-grown fish. I think we need to leave that alone, let it set for a second. We getting bites. We just got to keep an eye on that bobber. It's almost getting warm enough to where I'm going to take my coat off. Yesterday it was 50 degrees. Or Friday. Yeah, yesterday too. Raining like hell. Because that's just what it does here in the Pacific Northwest. And today is absolutely beautiful. As the water temps warm up, the fish get more active. And you can tell they're not up moving real heavily yet because we still got a little bit of bugs on the water. If you ever go to a place in the summer and there's a ton of bugs on the water, the fish population isn't that strong. The fish will keep the bugs down naturally. Keep an eye on that. It's different, Bella. Everybody. I like catching fish. Don't get me wrong. I've caught my fair share of hatchery trout. But with that being said, I don't enjoy eating them. They typically. I was down there. They had a kids fishing derby, and I took my nieces and nephews. But the fish we did catch, beautiful, 12, 13-inch rainbow trout. But when I went to fillet it and clean it, it had a belly full of power bait. And, power bait in a fish is just a turn off. If I fillet one of these little perch out of the pond, they're full of worms, bugs, and everything a fish should be eating, And I don't know if it makes a difference on the flavor or not. Well, of course it does. This runs out. There's a storm drain just over there. Runs out into a creek, then into a pond, and then eventually the bay. Willapa Bay, if you must know. It's just a spot in Washington, and in that little stream where it runs out, I get these little brook trout, especially this time of year. Man, I should head over there. But I get these little brook trout, and they don't get real big, maybe 7, 8 inches, but they're wild, and they are absolutely. I will take a 6-inch brook trout over a 32-inch rainbow plant every day. It's a completely different fish. Hey, Jacob, man, good to see you. What are you watching me for, bro? Go outside and do some fishing. But good to see you, man. We were getting bites. We're gonna switch it up a little. We're gonna throw just a little bit further downstream. I think they're kind of hugging the bank, and just our little wormy here. Make sure my presentation's right. I mean, if I was a fish, I'd probably eat that. I want to try a little. We missed two. We just couldn't hook up. I don't think they were anything worth writing home about or bragging about. Water temp's getting warm. Getting to be a nice little day. I'm definitely procrastinating life to dear God, I think I might even have to go down to a t-shirt. It's that, yeah. If I'm sitting directly in the sun and the wind doesn't pick up, we're good. It's probably 60 degrees, feels warm. But what do y'all think of my Ninja Turtle shirt, yo? What do y'all think of a grown man wearing a TMT shirt? You can judge if you want to. Anyone ever notice how a fishing bobber looks kind of like a pokeball? Current's kind of flowing that way. Wind's kind of blowing this way. I'm just going to kind of slow drag that bobber, mainly because I just can't sit still like a child, right? The fishing felon. If you're still here, bro, yeah, define area. You know, like where I live is all saltwater, man. We'll have some, pond fish, perch, bass, trout, that kind of thing. But if I want like a muskie, like a tiger muskie or something, I gotta head inland pretty far. I can head down to the Columbia, which is the largest river, and that's where I typically fish. And I fish for salmon, steelhead, and the occasional sturgeon. And sturgeon are absolute dinosaurs of fish, and they're one of my favorites to catch, to be honest. We're getting played with. Got him. What do we got? All right, first fish of the live. He's fighting like he's a big dog, but he ain't. All right, just a little brim. And he got that thing deep. Let's get him out. All right, first fish of the live. Probably 6 fish of the season. But we got a little brim. I'm happy with that. Billy the brim. Let's get him back. Go get your big brother, bro. All right. Beats a punch in the nose. That makes for a good day. You know, they can't all be big, but they're all fun to catch. And if that brim was probably a half a pound heavier, he would have been delicious. I mean, the only thing left to do now is multi-species, right? Yeah, Bella, fresh caught. You know, I went up. I got old. I don't know how it happened, but it just kind of crept up on me. And I used to be able to be out in the ocean all the time, no problem. But about 2 weeks ago, I went on a charter out of a different city up on the coast. And we hit some rough waves. And I went out and I got some lingcod and some rock bass. But I spent good money to get real sick for about 100. I spent, all right, I'll tell you what it cost. It cost me $225. I got probably, I don't know, 30 pounds of lingcod and I don't know, maybe 10 pounds of rock bass. And I was sicker than a dog the whole time. Like, the whole time. I am just throwing up, laying on the deck of this charter boat. And I'm just like, why in the hell am I doing this, you know? But I'm going to do it again next year, you know? I live real close to the Columbia River. Got a 28-foot Sea Ray. Just an older, same year I was born, 1983 Sea Ray. And I take it offshore. I cross the deadliest bar. A bar is just where a river meets the ocean. And I go out, I don't know, 15, 20 times a year, looking to catch coho salmon just off the Washington State coast. And a lot of times, it's a fine mix of driving the boat and trying not to throw up. I take Dramamine. But the problem is with Dramamine, you're just sleepy. So, about 2 o'clock, you're just sitting in the sun, bobbing up and down. It's nap time. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Bella? Where are you from? Oh, we might be. You know, that sun moves behind that cloud and then it gets cold. Like, you don't have to tell me your address or anything, Bella. Just like what state or what part of the country. Tucson. I'm right. Am I reading that right? AZ. A lot of different climate down there, huh? You're probably like, why is that guy wearing a coat? Uh, it's like 50 degrees, maybe 60. Yeah, it's probably about 55. It just feels warm because I'm used to it raining. You know, I'm gonna be honest with you, Bella. I'm not too worried about doxing myself. Even if I told you where I lived, uh, there's not a whole lot. I don't think we have a SWAT team, so I don't think swatting is a real concern here. You couldn't even like order me a bunch of pizza because nobody delivers. My nearest Walmart's probably about 45 miles one way. We got a Dollar General though. Big improvement of the whole town last year. It was the talk. Everybody joined like it was like a grand opening. Damn that Dollar General. But I mean, you gotta shop there because like we got one country store, and it's kind of like it's called Jack's, and it's the oldest store in Washington State, founded in like 18 something, and they sell everything, almost everything, but they're pricey, you know. And you know what's funny about it? I complain because it's, you know, nearest town or big town. Define town. We got two. But like if you're gonna go to like a Walmart or a Home Depot or a big box store, it's probably about 45 miles, maybe maybe a little bit more. Probably an hour drive, 45 minutes, depending. So it's a hell of a commute, but it's all highway speeds. You know what I mean? You're constantly moving, and when I worked in the city, I worked 11 miles from the house, but it took me 2 hours to get home from work because I'm sitting on a parking lot on the freeway. So while my commute now is significantly farther, like literally 5 times the distance, I get it done in half the time. And I'm overall less angry. I used to get so mad sitting in traffic. You know, it would literally take 2 hours to go 11 miles. And now it takes about an hour to go anywhere. You know, and but you get used to it. You know, there's no Uber Eats. There's a McDonald's, but he's probably, I don't know, 30-minute drive, which isn't too bad. Everything kind of closes at 9 o'clock. So if you need like a pack of smokes after 9, you're just kind of up the creek without a paddle, so to speak. Uh, Whatever bites. To be honest, I can't see because of the glare. I think your name's Kendall or something. Uh, Man, I'm really looking for a yellow perch. I know they're here. I know they should be moving around. I'd love to run across a largemouth bass, but I don't think it's the right time of year quite yet. Everybody's saying it's spring and you watch all these fishing channels, bass on bed. Well, my water temp isn't warm enough for that. My water is about 50, 52 degrees. It might be a little more on the surface. But we did catch a little brim earlier. Hoping for a sun. I'd really like to get a yellow perch, kind of multi-species it up a little bit. We might get ambitious, put the boat in the water, take it out for a ride. We're gonna have to switch it up though. We're not really set up for the boat at the moment. I do kind of want to head up and see what's happening with that beaver dam. Beavers are pretty cool little creatures. I went ahead and breached their dam on Friday. And I'll bet you, I mean, we're less than winds kicking up, which sucks for me. I bet they've already repaired it, to be honest. They work incredibly fast. I only took out maybe 3-foot section. And I would not be surprised if they already got it repaired. I mean, I think I'm close to where I want to be. And you're like, yo, bro, you got ADD. Leave that bobber alone and let the fish find it. You're right. Joke's on you guys. My therapist said I don't have ADD. Just PTSD, panic disorders, and OCD, but not ADD. Oh shit, did I just overshare on a live stream? It's alright, you guys won't remember. Berg, man. Bro, go fishing. What are we doing? I mean, what's the weather doing where you're at, man? I appreciate you watching me, though, man. Sorry I'm not more, entertaining. But I for sure need a babysitter sometimes, so... I'd just like to take this time to talk a little bit of football. I know we're not in the right season, but I think worst team of 2026 has got to be the Saints, right? Yeah, I hear you. I hear you, Ferg. Oh, oh, come on. Take it. Did we just get robbed? Problem is, that these little brim, these little sunfish get a little aggressive, and then they end up. Let's see, we got bait left. Okay, we still got bait, but we're in an off spot now. They get a little aggressive sometimes, and then you end up with a gut hook, and you're like, what are we doing now? I ain't trying to gut hook a brim for fun. Well, it depends. Are we talking a baby brim? Or are we talking a half-pound brim? If we half-pound brim, I don't care if he swallows it. I'll let that cook for a second. Oh man, I was just talking shit, making references that I actually pay attention to my chat and where people are from. I'm not a sports guy. I wish I was. I mean, I hold enough like knowledge to like know football, but like that whole thought of like that's our team, or like you hear these guys and they're like that's my team. I'm like, really? When did you play for them? What years? And it's this big fucking 300-pound fat dude who I think we got it. I don't know what we got, but we got it. If we can keep him on, we're dragging him through some lily pads. Come on. Ooh, we jumped. I think we got a bass. No. We just got a big old brim. Brim number 2. All right. He's pretty. His coloring's a little bit off, though. He's a little bit darker than normal. Got him right in the lip. Ooh, back he goes. All right, fish 2. Can't complain about that. Hell, Friday, what were we talking about? Football? Yeah, so like, I never understood that mentality. Oh, that's my team. And I'm like, just because you spend $200 on a jersey doesn't mean you play. Like, you think the manager knows who you are? You think anybody on that team calling you? It would, Ferg. It would have definitely ate. Daniel, good to see you back, man. Happy you found me. It would have ate. Man, we still got we still got lean cod in the freezer. So, I mean, and I fumbled him. So, when you got lean cod in the freezer, or rock bass. It's hard to make a claim to eat a 7-inch brim. They're there. There must be a little school of them there. This is gonna sound creepy, but I just mean it in a non-creepy way. I wish my friends' kids were here. Never had kids. Not my cup of tea. Kind of enjoy the unk role in life where we can, teach them how to do a wheelie or a burnout or whatever. Teach them fishing. That's kind of the role I like playing in life. I don't really want to be a parent. And watched all my friends' kids grow up. She kind of has like 6 of them. 4, and then her sister has like 4. So there's like a total of 8. And I've been there since day one for all these kids. They call me, Unc. And they love fishing. We're getting bites. I just gotta be patient. He pecking at it. He want it. Ooh, we found the spot. We're gonna throw it back out though. And one of them, every kid's like, "Oh, I want to fish. I want to fish." They throw a bobber in the water. They don't want to fish. They just want to cast, right? But we got one out of them who is built for it. Like he's always loved fishing since he was probably 2-3 years old. His first brim on a Zebco, and I can tell I got that kid addicted for life. Because he'll sit out here for hours without a tablet, without a phone, just staring at the bobber, trying different rigs, which I enjoy. Not because I give a shit about legacy or something. It's just, as a society, we're terribly addicted to our phones, laptops, home shopping network. I can't imagine it being too deep right there. Probably, I don't know, 3 feet or so. I bet with that leader, it's sitting on the bottom. Yeah, no, I don't hate kids. It's not that. It's just, and then they come out because I live in a cool spot, right? They live in the city, kind of like the suburbs, and missed it. And I live right out on the beach. I mean, the beach is a mile walk, or we got some pretty fun e-bikes, and they've been coming out because they're poor. And I'm not hating on their parents. It is what it is. They're poor. So they don't have big money to, a hotel out here for $200 a night. So by the time they spend, $100 in gas and $200 a night for a hotel, you're looking at a vacation costing close to $1,000. So I like the fact that I got a pretty cool house. I have a separate guest house called the bunk house. I'll show you guys. It's right behind me. Bloop. That's my bunk house. It's nothing fancy. It's got like its own little kitchen, a couple queen size beds. It's maybe, I don't know, 90 square feet. So it's good size. I just usually use it to hold all my fishing stuff and toys. But they can come out, spend the week. You know, it doesn't cost them anything. And they've been doing this for, well, since I moved out here about 5 years ago. We can fish in the pond, we can go to the beach, we can do everything. And that's what makes me happy. But don't get it twisted. We only get like 4 or 5 of these days like this a year. Maybe a couple months. Maybe a couple months where it's actually nice. I think last year we had 2 days above 75 degrees. Oh shit, man! You rocking a banjo? I'm waiting for the spoons, man. Ferg, man, what is it? What would it cost for a custom song, man? Like a theme song for my channel. Like what? Like what? I'm willing to pay for it, man. I got $5 and half a 6-pack of Schlitz. I mean, what can we work that in on a budget? If I get some time, bro, and I will, I'll have some time. I'll check that out. But yeah, Fergman, like a custom song about fishing in the Pacific Northwest. I'm gonna be honest with you, I got no musical talent. Like in 4th grade, I signed up to play the drums, to learn how to play the drums. And they start you out with the snare drum. And I had to walk to school because it was only about a mile, half a mile or so, in a small town. And I had to carry that snare drum. And that snare drum was probably half the weight of, 10-year-old Unc. And after about 3 weeks of carrying that snare drum to school, I just said, fuck it. I don't want to play the drums anymore. And I wasn't even good. Like, it's so simple. You look at these drum sheets and it's like L for left hand, R for right hand. And I still couldn't figure it out. I'm just sitting there wailing on the snare drum, horribly out of rhythm, no sense of rhythm. And I can blame it on being white. But I mean, you got to know your strong suits. And I could have learned if I would have stuck with it. But you carry a 30-pound snare drum to school when you weigh 55 pounds and see how long you stick with it. I think I'm a fucking G for sticking it out for 3 weeks. Hey, shout out to the chat. Hope everybody's having a good Sunday. Thanks for hanging out. We're debating. Our little boat over there is just sitting there mocking us, saying, hey, take me for a ride. And we might. We might end up in it. I don't think I have a rod set up for trolling though. I bet I do. I bet I have a soft plastic I could drag around, maybe go look for some bass. Wind shifted. It was running out of the north earlier, but we're getting bites. I mean, they're just pecking at it. That's what fish sound like, in case you didn't know. I don't know if I'm chill or not. I'm just me. And if you like that, I'm happy to have you, Bella. Hopefully I see you around a little bit more. And I mean, I don't know. I'm not just a fishing channel. I like to do the whole outdoors. Got a big camping trip coming up. I bought. Alright, so I gave in to, like, I don't want to call it peer pressure. But last year I was out setting up my tent in the middle of nowhere. And it's huge. It's a big 6-person tent because it rains a lot where I'm at. And I get stuck in my tent for like days at a time. So long story short is I bought this 120 square foot inflatable tent. And I am absolutely stoked to use it. Like, I kind of went over the top, doing like a full glamping setup. Like, I got a big rug, I got a wood stove, and like I said, I spend a lot of time in the tent, especially if it's raining. You know, this time of year, I'm heading out to a spot on the 26th, and I figured, I've always wanted a wood stove in a tent, right? Because it's like a certain vibe. And so I finally bought one, massive tent. And I'm looking forward to it. I am absolutely looking forward to this thing. Problem is, with my old tent, like, I would, it had like this nylon blue roof, right? And when it started raining, you got to put this rain fly on it. And you couldn't see out any of the fucking windows, right? Because you got to have the rain fly because there's 30 miles an hour wind and fucking pouring down rain. So after like 2 days of that, you're just in blue light hell. Even if it's, the sun's coming in, it's raining, the whole tent is just like a fucking blue light hell. You're just trapped in it for like days, and it gets even worse if you got like a tarp over it or something. So on this new tent, it didn't come with the skylight. It didn't come with it's got like these mesh screen windows. So I ordered some like marine grade vinyl, and I custom cut windows, and then I super glued Velcro down, or fabric stitch witch, I think is what it's called. And I made my own custom windows. So now I'll be able to escape blue light hell. My own custom vinyl windows. And you're like, well, Unc, instead of spending $600 on a fancy glamping setup, why don't you just buy a trailer and be done with it? And my answer to that is like, I'm just not old enough yet, right? And here's the thing, I can always sleep in the truck, right? I can always sleep in the truck if I need to. I don't know, I just prefer... Seems like there's always a problem with the trailer. Every time I've ever owned a trailer, something always goes wrong. Then I gotta start worrying about like septic tanks, fridges, and it sounds like a luxury, but they're a lot of money, and something always breaks. Something always breaks on those camp trailers. We're gonna leave this out. We're gonna grab a rod, and then we're gonna hit the boat. Beautiful day. I feel like I'm missing out by not doing it. I just gotta grab a different rod. We'll take the boat up. We'll look for some largemouth. If you guys want to just hang out for 5 seconds, if you name a song and I know it, I'll go ahead and sing that song off camera. I'm a little shy, so if anyone wants to throw out a song in the next 10 seconds, bonus points if it's country. I'll probably just wing something here. I don't know. Gotta grab a different rod. Gotta grab my boat battery. I'll be back in 2 seconds. Sorry, I thought I was better rigged up. I don't know if you guys can hear me. Probably. I think I'm gonna go at this little tiny jig and a spinner. Oh man, I can never find what I need when I need it. Are you guys watching my bobber? I'm gonna hold you personally responsible if I miss this fish catch. Give me 2 seconds. We're tying on a Colorado blade with a jig head with a white curly tail grub. Doesn't that sound fancy? I had my clippers. What happened to my clippers? Oh, there they are. What else do you think I should bring? You guys think I should bring some flukes? I'll just grab a bag of stuff. Make an adventure out of it. You guys ever go through your tackle and you're surprised at what you find? You're like, wow, I didn't even know I had that. Bro, I got so much crap that I gotta downsize. Sooner or later, a lot of this crap I'm never gonna use. How committed are we to this? Too late. With all of the advancements in technology, Why can't they make lighter boat batteries? And I know that they do, but the lead batteries are $60. You get one of those little glass mat ones, they're like $300. And I'm like, yo, it takes me a solid 10 hours of work to make $300. And that's not even after I pay the tax guy. Alright, we got our poles. We got our battery down there. Let's make some freaking memories. Who's ready for adventure? I didn't even sing. Well, nothing came to mind. Sorry, distracted by shiny things. Hey! Alright. Guys. Right there for a second. Oh boy, got a little bit of rainy water in the bottom of the boat. The transom was falling apart because it's an old boat. So I went ahead and put in a new 2x4 and 2x6 if we're being technical. And a couple screws, tightened it up. Is it perfect? No. Will it fall off the back? I hope not. But let's get it. I'm excited. I get way too excited. Too easily excited. We'll see. We'll just do a couple laps. I don't plan on going out, doing anything crazy. But you never know. It all depends on how much charge we got on the battery. I guess it helps if I put the anchor in the boat. Baler, because we should have pulled it out of the water on Friday, but we didn't. Get in, it's time for adventure. Sorry, this part always gets a little tricky. We gotta have a paddle. Oh boy, and just like that, our feet are swimming. It's okay, we knew that was gonna happen. I'll flip you around so you're not staring at my crotch. Life jacket. Do we seem like a life jacket type vibe? Maybe. If I was bringing the Chihuahua, she'd definitely be in a life jacket. Man, we are not loving this motor mount. We're gonna have to do better in the future. Not right now, but in the future. Yo, adventure, eh? Sorry, I'm trying to get my motor hooked up. And it's rough. My plugs are looking pretty rough, to be honest. Alright, onward. Alright, adventure awaits, right? Let's get some rods out. We're pretty tangled up, but we got two. We're gonna kick a little U-turn here. Gonna take a second. We're gonna uncluster. Ooh, I gotta be careful. That Canadian goose. Oh, we gotta stay away. We got a nesting Canadian. I'll show you guys the box in a second. But she's on there and she is nesting. I think she's got some eggs. So we're gonna give her a big berth. Daniel, cleaning out the dryer. Is that like one of those weird stepsister videos you see on adult sites? No? Sorry, bad reference. Hopefully you guys don't even know what I'm talking about. Here, I'll show you something cool though. We don't want to get too close. But right over there is a goose. You know. Sorry the camera's not that great. We're pretty far away. But that's her nesting box. And she's been on there for about 2 weeks. And she is definitely living her life. She'll probably have goslings here in about a week or two. She's been on the box for, I don't know, 8 days or so. We'll zoom out. But yeah, that's her home. Sourdough Dave's house is that's his thing. We are going to zoom out. We're gonna stop doing what we're doing, and we're gonna pretty cool vibes though. This is the backyard pond. So we got 2 different rigs. I didn't really plan this, but this is what we ended up tying on. This is just like a little jig with a little Colorado blade, white, and we're gonna troll with that. We also got our bait caster, same setup as last Friday. We got a Texas rig, soft plastic. I'm gonna move you guys just a wee bit. If you're wondering what that thumping is, it's a giant brick that I'm trying to use so you guys don't just fall over. Let's kick this thing into gear. We're gonna hit the wide part of the pond first. Just kind of trying to see how my lure is performing. I like it. I like it. If we find some really, I don't know what you want to call it, bassy looking spots, then we'll, adjust as necessary. And go ahead and get some water out of the boat, not because we're leaking, just because of, life. Rains all the time here. Getting bullied, trying to bail water, trying to, yeah, beautiful day. I mean, it doesn't get much better than this, you know? And, this is the populated part of the, we got, I don't know, maybe 15 houses or so. A lot of them are just vacation lots, so people don't live here full time. But, I'm just cruising the lake. I mean, we got another rod out here. I know this guy's working like he should. Had a wildlife refuge open up, not like a refuge, but like a rescue, where this lady of questionable moral compass rescues like different animals, chickens. And you're like, how could anybody who rescue animals be a bad person? And I'm not saying she's not a bad person, I'm just saying she makes questionable life choices. And if you're wondering what questionable life choices are, I think that bitch smokes meth. A hell of a nice lady, but I think that gal uses a bit of drugs, and not just like acceptable drugs like weed, or we're talking a little like Breaking Bad type vibes. We're going into the wind now. I think we're gonna put this other rod out. This has got that soft plastic. I wish the wind would cooperate, but it doesn't. You think if you put your motor straight, it would just go straight, right? That's how that works. Ooh, that looks good. We're not really set up for trolling on this, but we'll get it down. We're in pretty deep water here, about 19 feet or so. The real question is, do you guys think I should go get my best friend? I don't really have her, You wanna go? You can go for a ride? What do you think? What do you think a guy like me owns? Like a big lab? Like, think I'm talking about it to a kid? Hell no. If y'all watched the channel before, you know who I'm talking about. But if you've never seen the channel, you guys are gonna meet my best friend. I gotta go pick her up though. She's staring at me. Normally I put her in my coat. I probably still will. We'll see. She gets a little chilly. Loud noise, sorry. Come here. Come on. Come on. Good girl. Come here. Come on. You're okay. Oh, you're gonna be a pain. Come on. Come on, Bailey. Come on. You're okay. Come on. Come on. Don't drift away. Oh, she changed her mind. Come on, Bailey. Come on. Come on. Let's go. You can go for a ride? Alright, well, fuck you then. Come on, I'm not gonna come get you. You're just gonna sit there and whine at me? Come on, let's go. That's what I thought. Come here. Good girl. Sorry, chat. Just picking up my best friend. She's a bit of a coward. Alright, we got her. Boom. Best friend. You're welcome. Huh? Is that what you guys were expecting? A grown man to put a chihuahua in his coat? Yeah, that's what we do. That's how we roll. She along for the ride now. Alright, let's get back out there. Let's get straightened out. We got the sidekick. We're gonna have horribly tangled lines though if we ain't careful. Let's go ahead and get this guy in before we get wrapped up on the bottom. Oh, too late. Oh, alright. That one's in. We're gonna leave that one and we're gonna hope it works out. Let's kick out of these weeds here. All right, we fishing. We got our sidekick. You know, it's weird being middle-aged. If you would have told me in my 20s I'd be carrying a Chihuahua Dash Hound mix around in my coat, we would have been shooting the fade. I'd been like, hell no, I ain't doing no sissy shit like that. Here we are 20 years from that, and man, this little dog's my best friend. And she's, don't get me wrong, she's a total coward. Scared of her own shadow. She fell going up the stairs one time, so now she won't use the stairs and runs around to the mobility ramp. But she really is my best friend, a little dog. Yeah, no, this is I call her name's Bailey. I call her Gru because we all have pet names for our dogs. I call her Gru, like she forgot to grow, and but it's now turned into Kanga Gru because she always rides in my coat. I'll stuff her in there, and it's her happy place. She likes to be with me, likes to experience the world, but she's real timid, real shy. So yeah, she'll sit there all day. She goes fishing out in the ocean. She rides e-bikes with me. Whatever I do, she usually does. So, boogers. Normally, I have her life jacket on her, but we're living a little dangerously today. So, we heading down to the south side of the lake. Even though when I watch this back, it's going to look like I'm going north, but I'm definitely, and I guess probably most people don't give a crap, but just for reference, there's a storm drain right over there where it drains out. You know, Bella, she was a stray. She was just, I know this seems weird depending on where you live, but some people got her, didn't want her, brought her over to her parents' house, and her parents couldn't really take care of her, so she was just kind of loose running the streets. And we got a lot of coyotes. It's not good for dogs where I live to be just running the streets, you know, it's just not safe. And so I found out where she lived and said, hey, what are you guys doing with this dog? You know, you need me. And they're an older couple. And I was like, do you need help? I'll help you guys. I'll build you a fence, or we can, you know, we can do whatever we need to do to keep this little dog safe. And we don't throw up. There's a dock here and a dock there. This is the shallow side of the pond right before. We're going to see if we can't hook up something. And they said, well, you know, our kids dropped her off. And I wasn't really looking for a dog at the time. I already had one. And they said, well, do you want her? And I said, well, I got to run it by my wife. My wife says, hell yeah, let's go get that dog. So we went, and she's been my best friend ever since. Probably the last 2 or 3 years. And you know how they say they have like emotional support animals? Well, I'm her emotional support animal. She was just nervous, scared of everything. And timid, so I just took her into my world, and she's been my best friend. Different vibe for sure. Every dog I've ever owned has protected me. And this is a different role. I definitely protect her, or so she thinks. No, I definitely do. But to be honest, I'm pretty alright with it. We're gonna flip a U-turn. We're gonna stroll. There's a big old line of alder trees that kind of we're heading into the wind now. We might have to bump it up a little bit in speed. But that's alright. I think we're cruising at the... I wish I had some weight in the front end of the boat. Where's a big girl in a bikini when you need them, right? Just getting in 60 degrees. We don't need any bikinis. Wind's kicking up. I'm just cruising. Beautiful day. A little cloudy coming in, little wind, but not a bad day to be hanging out in a John boat. Hopefully the audio and the video aren't too bad. Anytime you get out in the boat, you kind of start risking it. If you're just getting here, thanks for checking out the live. We are in the backyard pond, doing laps in the John boat, looking for what bites. We got a soft plastic on that one. Got a soft plastic, like a jig and a Colorado blade on this. This is more of a Texas rig. We might head up. I don't know how much. I mean, we got 4 bars on the battery. We might head up to the state park. I don't know. It's maybe 10-15 minute ride up there. Check out the Beaver Dam. Fishing's kind of slow. I want to make one more lap around the big part. You know what? We're gonna have to, we're gonna adjust our prop a little bit. We're gonna pull it up. Water is gonna get pretty shallow if we're heading to the park. Let's do it. I mean, it's a beautiful day. Maybe we'll do some fishing along the way. But, I'll bring in this rod. We're gonna bring in the other one. You know, Friday feels like yesterday, but Friday I went up to there's a beaver dam. My pond runs into a creek. That creek runs into the forest. That forest is I don't want to say it's a state park, but it's more like state land. And I think we should hit it. I think we should crank this bitch into gear. So anyways, last time I was at the dam, it was all I breached it, right? And this was about 48 hours ago. And I breached that dam. And I think we should go up and see if we can't find some beavers. Yeah, Daniel, you know what I'm talking about. That's all I needed. A little motivation. I think we should go check it out. I think we're gonna have to kick that motor down, otherwise we're gonna rip off the back end of the transom. Ooh, what happened? There we go. We cruising. Bella, you on board? All right, let's get it. I'm gonna flip you guys around. We're coming up at the tail end of the pond, and then we're gonna kind of zigzag. You're like, oh, it ends, but we're gonna do a hard right, and then we're gonna crank it to a hard left. I mean, somebody cue up that Pocahontas move. Just around the river's bend, right? Yeah, I'm a 42-year-old dude singing Pocahontas. I love Disney, yo. Like, pure magic. You can be a hater if you want to. Yo, this way to adventure. Sorry, nothing fast about this. We are plowing through about 4 inches, maybe a foot of water. But we're trying to take out lily pads. We're trying to do the best we can. Our prop is so freaking tangled. Back end of the boat's vibrating like a chainsaw. There's a Canadian in front of us. Move! I think that's Fred. Oh, we got some mallards over there too. We're probably gonna have to pull our prop and clean it. I don't want to necessarily do that right this second, but I'm sure we got weeds. Oh, there we go. That's better. We got it. We moving. We're in the creek now and heading into the forest. So it stays like this. Hopefully my sorry, we're narrow. It's probably 10 foot across right now, and with that little 20-mile-an-hour breeze, it cooks. So and just so you know, nobody comes up here. This is just a little creek, runs for a couple miles into the forest. Eventually, it used to feed into a bigger lake, but I can't get through there anymore. It's all really overgrown. We got these little, well, you can see them on the bank there in front of you. Ooh, something big just moved right here. We got roosters crowing in the background. Since that breach on that beaver dam that we're heading to, it's changed quite a bit. It's really sandy soil. So when you start moving a couple thousand gallons of water through a canal, it really changes the vibe. If you want to know exactly where I am, you could Google Skating Lake in Washington State on Google Maps. Oh, are you guys ready for the creepy love palace? It'll pop up. Well, it's in the shadows, but it's directly in front of you now. Do you think that no trespassing, no boat sign really applies to us? There it is, creepy cabin in the forest. Ferg, if you're still watching, man, cue the banjo music. That's a little acapella banjo for you guys. I mean, I don't see how you couldn't hate that. And just like that, we passed the last sign of civilization. And we're all into the state park now. One thing about these Newport motors is they get hot. Hey, Wild 420, bro. Hope you're having a good one, man. Hopefully you're as high as giraffe nuts and enjoying the view. You know, Bella, you live here and then you just kind of start taking things for granted. But I do feel lucky. I mean, you know, about 10 minutes ago, we were at the house debating on what to do with our lives, and now we're in the middle of a John boat in the middle of nowhere on a creek that I don't think anybody other than me has ever been up. So, it's a cool vibe for sure. We're coming up on the Beaver Dam. It's, I can see it, it's up there. The water table has shifted. It's a lot deeper here than it was, yesterday. I don't hear any flowing water, so I'm assuming they already breached it, or they already fixed the breach. We're about 48 hours from, the time I was up here. Probably a little bit less than that, to be honest. Oh, yeah. They already rebuilt it. I'm gonna have to kick sideways and then I'll turn you guys around. Oh, no, it's still there. Little breachy breach. They fixed it mostly. Sorry, I know you guys are facing the wrong way. We're pulling right up to it. Oh man, it completely... Let me get a hold of y'all. Flip you around. Yeah, that's my Chihuahua. Yeah, Bella, city life is tough. This is what we got. This is a beaver dam. Whoa. Sorry, I didn't lock my, there you go, that should be a little bit better. This is what we got. Beaver dam, forest. Normally I can go up that way quite a bit, but that's where the little breach was. You can tell it totally washed out that bank. I mean, it really altered it. It looks like they did stuff it up. There was a bigger breach. That's kind of where we gapped it. They started filling it in. They slowed it down, said, well, that's good enough. But that's what we got, man. A beaver dam in the middle of nowhere. There's the breach we created last time. Let's hot damn, actually. You know, Bella, Loca? Maybe we'll just call you Loca. Are you Spanish? Let's go for a walk. You know, we're out here. Beautiful day. We've adventured as far as we could by John boat. The dog probably has to pee. We'll set our anchor out. Oh, that didn't go the way I wanted it to. Of course. Kids, don't try this at home. My dog's a professional. Of course. I had one job, hit the bank with the brick. And we failed. Just a little bit, though. Now we gotta deal with that soggy brick. And I'm gonna use you guys as a claw. Give me a hand, pull me in. Thanks, y'all the best. Alright, bricks on shore, foot's on shore. Chihuahuas on shore. We got this. Spoke too soon. Alright, we here. You want down? Alright, Chihuahuas deployed. Welcome to the forest in the middle of nowhere. We've been here before. We'll be here again. We didn't bring our vape. Our vape probably fell out into the middle of the boat. But let's check out that breach. See, we had all that cleared out yesterday. That was the root we were standing on. And it totally yetied out all of that area there. But I feel like we could do more. I feel like we could break it up. I feel like that beaver dam. I don't know. Let's see, you know. Let's see what happens. Let's go for a little walk. You know, my clubbing days from like '06 told me I should definitely be wary of girls named Brittany. But we'll give you a shot. You seem pretty chill. Just teasing. Welcome to the channel. Are you coming or are you going to be carried? You got this? Chihuahuas, right? Come here. We just carry her. She's a good dog. You know, I was up here Friday? And this canal just runs, I don't know, a couple miles. We're all in state forest now. And we'll walk for a bit. Feels like a good day to be outside. A little bit of a game trail. You can see the canal. Loop. No, not really. We'll flip you around. Live hiking. Hey, if my audio or video just goes to hell, please let me know. We're out in the middle of nowhere working on a 4 gig LTE light. Listening, we got black bears, coyotes, and I wasn't planning on doing all this, so I don't have my 45 with me. I'll set you down for a second here, dog. I'll flip you around, let you guys take a look at the pond. This is what we got. Beaver dam and boat are down that way. And I kind of pan, slow cinematic pan. Hopefully it's not too pixelated. And then it goes that way for miles. But the terrain is tough. Tough walking here. So I don't think I'm going to continue too much further. But this is what we got. Yeah, appreciate that, Daniel. I know if I'm static and not moving, it turns out pretty alright. So the $10 question, or $5 question, or $3.99. Who wants to go poke a hole in that beaver dam? Because I think the answer is me. We breached it 2 days ago. They half-ass patched it. Guess who doesn't have a shovel or muck boots or any real tools to make this possible? Me. But I think I want to. I think I want to try. Look what I found. Come on, dog. You know, once upon a time, I was a United States sailor. And I'd carry 50-pound bags of medical gear through the deserts in Afghanistan. Fast forward 20 years later, and I'm carrying a 12-pound Cellini through the forests in Washington State. Guess who skipped breakfast? Me. Guess who's starving? Also me. Quick poke. Quick poke at the beaver dam. And then we gotta roll. I'm surprised. To be honest with you, I'm a little surprised that they didn't have us better patched up. Beavers are incredibly resourceful. I figured you guys are very precarious. Oh boy. There ain't much to this bank here. I don't know how much we're gonna... We need a tool. We need like a stick. We're gonna head into the forest here. This is actually my favorite little camping spot. If you remember it from yesterday or Friday. Hey, don't go too far. You gotta yell at your kids from time to time. And since I don't have real ones, I have chihuahuas. I think somebody was here, which makes me a little uneasy. Because I don't know how or why. But I think this... Now, I need a smaller stick. I think that'll work. Got a stick. Got a forest. Gotta find out where my dog went. Problem is, she's a low rider. She's about 4 inches off the ground. So, when the grass is like 4 or 5 feet tall, that makes it a problem. I mean, we're just gonna poke at this with the stick, right? That's what all good boys and girls do. Yeah. Oh, you guys can't see. Sorry, you're missing out all of the action. Dan, you're right. Yeah, okay. So, I mean, you could see they tried to start moving these little sticks in. I don't trust this bank at all. I thought they'd be a lot more ahead of this than where they're at, to be honest. I thought this would be... I mean, they started packing the grass. They started packing the mud. Maybe they don't care. Maybe they're just not into it. Oh, no, there's a lot of grass here, but that's all right. Yeah, all right. So we just undid what they did. You can see we really opened that flow up. He's probably in there thinking, God damn that human. Science shows that beavers actually speak Portuguese, no, Canadian. Beavers speak Canadian. So it's like a lot of hoser and for fuck's sakes, and I think they're obsessed with like maple syrup and hockey. Oh boy. We're moving some water now. I'm excited by this. This was not my plan for the day. I could probably definitely get at it from a boat, but I don't think I need to. I think we're pretty... There's a big tree root here, but I mean, it's completely washed out. I know I'm just off camera, sorry guys. But, breaking up a beaver dam, let's get it. I don't think you guys can hear it, but what's happening is the water's flooding through here, running over this, and it's making like a really neat sound, to be honest. All right, Dan, thank you. Bella, no problem on the service. Grew up a poor kid in a trailer park in the middle of nowhere and had really limited opportunities, and joined the Navy as a young man just post 9/11. and got to travel the world. If I wanted to go to that part of the world is kind of debatable, a topic for another time. But for the most part, I had a pretty good time. Sorry, I know I'm off camera. I'll move you in a second. But I'm just opening it up a little bit downstream. Oh, that changed quite a bit. She's a Chihuahua, but she's got a pretty good nose. She's half dachshund. And she can, without a doubt, smell, I want to say, what the rock is cooking. But what I should say is all the beavers. Sorry, I'm trying to retrieve something out of my boat here. I know I'm off camera. I'll be back. Give me 2 seconds. Oh, man. Oh, good girl. Man, you can see that really opened up. Yeah. Trying to get you guys out of the sun. Best angle. The truth is, I'm a guy who likes playing in the woods first and then YouTuber second. So, but you can see, I'll flip you around, just how much we opened that dam up. I mean, there's, I don't know, hundreds, if not more, gallons flowing through there. It kind of corroded that far bank. But it's cool for sure. We are encountering some wildlife. Ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-da-da. This is a small but loving animal, also known as a Chiweenie, wondering why in the fuck her dad dragged her out into the middle of the forest. But she's not complaining because it's slightly warm. Yeah, this is what we got. You can see there is hopefully it's not too pixelated, but there's a ton of water moving through there now. That's the beaver dam. That's our little breach, and it has grown. And if you turn, you can see it's washing out that bank. That big patch of green is being undercut. The soil of the bank itself is really sandy. There is hundreds of gallons spilling through there per hour. I thought they'd have it completely sealed up, but they slowed it down enough to where it wasn't bothering them. I wish it was wide enough, just a little bit wider, and I'd try to get my boat through there. But to be honest, all we did is take the top off. It's still pretty shallow. There's a lot of water moving through there at the moment, though. I don't know. Pretty nice day. Pretty good day to be outside. This is my favorite camping spot, to be honest. I come up here and I camp. Probably illegally. I don't know. I think it's like state land. And I don't know anybody else who gets up here. So I like to come up here and camp. Because it's free. You know, a lot of campsites are like 20, 30 bucks a night. And I'm like, why I gotta pay $20 a night to pretend to be homeless? But I mean, this is one of my favorite spots, to be honest. Ain't nobody ever up here. Always quiet. There's a little outcropping of trees, and just a really cool spot. Lots of wildlife out here. Lots of bears. If you check out my channel, you'll see a bear video. Just came up, drank some coffee off of my porch. You know, not to go all like churched out or anything, but feeling a little bit blessed, you know? Aww. It's so weird looking, but it loves me so much. You know, I don't know what it, oh, sorry, I'm not even on camera. I don't know what it is about playing in the water that never gets old to me, you know? I mean, that's the dam. That's the breach we just created. I really wish I could widen it out and then get my John boat through it. We're gonna poke at it a little bit more. See if we can't get some more water flowing through there. You know, if breaching a beaver dam was on your 2026 bingo card, you can go ahead and check that off. Man, the way they do this is pretty cool, though. They pack sticks, and then they pack grass, and they pack mud, and they layer it all together. Part of me wonders the consistency of that dam. And I wonder if I could stand on it. I mean, it looks pretty well packed. You know, without getting soaking wet. I want to go for it. I'm just being a chicken. Worst case scenario is we just get our feet wet, right? Oh, success. Okay. Game changer. We're now literally standing on this beaver dam. I'm just waiting to get attacked by angry beavers. Oh boy. Let's get it. You think I'm standing on the roof? You think I'm just like living it up on top of like a beaver roof? It's alright, we brought reinforcements. Just kidding. My dog's a coward. Like, she'd probably be like, "Hey, Mr. Beaver, are you my new dad?" Here's the problem with what we're doing. We're tearing down what we're standing on, which seems like it would be counterproductive. To be honest, I'm not sure what we're trying to accomplish here. Just create the biggest breach possible. And I think there's a lot more water flowing through there now than when we first started. That rut is completely uncovered. We kind of totally altered the flow of the creek here. I like it. I kind of wish I had a shovel, but to be honest, this isn't. Why every time I go fishing, I end up in the middle of the forest breaking up beaver dams? I don't want to go too far this way because I'm white and I can't jump. But I mean, we making progress. This is who has TNT when you need it, right? Tannerite. You guys got some tannerite or some C4? We might only added 4 inches, but bet it feels big. Oof. Hot. It's getting warm. It's getting hot in here. I'm surprised they haven't popped out. Where do you think they live? You think I'm on the roof? Stay. Don't get crazy. Lot of water flowing through here now. I thought we had a pretty good breach last time. But this is probably, a good 3-4 foot across. A lot wider, a lot deeper, a lot faster current. Pretty neat. Ugh. Adventure does call Bella. You want up? You're all right. I don't know, pretty cool. You can see how much it's chewed away at that dam. It keeps picking and picking. You know, if it would have been like clay or a little real soil, it wouldn't be eroding quite as fast. But I mean, you can see we're moving some water through there today. Yeah, Ferg, man, just playing out in the forest. Fishing slow this time of year. I widened that hole to about 6 feet, and I'm just playing with it, man. And I don't know why. I came out, I figured they'd have it all fixed, and they mostly did. But we jumped out there, and we're moving some water. We're like altering the ecosystem. We completely washed out that bank. You guys can't really see it all that well, but I mean, you can see it. It's undercutting the bank right here. This will all fall in. We're moving some water. That's for sure. I'm almost tempted to see if I can drag the boat through that. I think we're almost there, to be honest. And then I could head up to the other part of the pond. I can't really walk through there because it's pretty thick brush. But if I could drag my John boat up through that, I think we're close. I mean, I know there's only 2 or 3 inches of water there, but yeah, it's tempting. I haven't been up that part of the creek for over a year because, well, it's you just can't get there. You just can't. I don't know. I think we're gonna jump in the boat, head south. Maybe fish a couple spots along the way. You know, putting a chihuahua in your jacket just makes your life that much more difficult. Normally I have a belt, and she just stays on the belt. But right now, one hand on a tripod, one hand on a chihuahua, and one hand reeling up my John boat, which is now drifted downstream. A lot of water moving through here. I'm excited. It seems like a silly thing, like going out into the middle of nowhere, breaching a beaver dam just because you can. Moment of gracefulness. Oh boy. All right. Success. Back in the boat. Beaver dam successfully breached. Didn't drop myself or the chihuahua into the drink, so I mean, I don't mean to toot my own horn, but we're kind of fucking crushing it today, yo. Like it's a pretty good day. We're drifting a little bit now. Let's see if I can get you guys set up so you can ride better. There's a lot of current. Oh yeah, and I forgot it's windy. If we were a sailboat, we'd be crushing it, but I want to kick that motor on. I'm not ready to leave quite yet. I'm gonna go take a look. We're gonna pull back up. I mean, I think we're kind of pussies if we don't try to at least ram the boat through there a little bit. I think we're going to be pussies because I don't think we'll make it. I'll show you guys. Doop. There's the beaver dam. There is our breach. It's probably 4 foot wide. You guys think I can drive my John boat through that without a mud motor? But yeah, that's the dam. There's our breach over there. Probably about 4 feet wide. It's corroding the hell out of that bank. And I don't know. I just don't think I don't think it's going to be wide enough to do what I want it to do. I think we're going to cruise downstream. Let me get you guys a little better situated so you're not staring at my nuts. Unless that's what you're into. I think onward. It's a silly thing, but back at the dam, widen that breach. I think we're gonna head downstream a little bit, and there was a spot I saw where I wanted to do some fishing. Facing the wrong way for that. I don't know. I don't know if there's anything here. Well, I just stirred up the water quite a bit. We just rushed a couple 100 gallons downstream. We'll see. If it's nice in a couple days. I thought they'd have that beaver dam more patched up than what they did. But they didn't. They did. They laid the base layer. They slowed it down to where maybe there was, 20, 30 gallons getting through. But they didn't patch it completely. But in their defense, it's only been about 48 hours. We're going to cruise. There's a spot just up ahead in front of an angry, I hate using this term, Karen's house. And I want to fish it. Yeah, Bella, he nailed it. Multitasking at its finest. And most of the time I can't even walk and chew gum, so... Did I even catch a fish today? Two. Two brim. This was the area I was thinking about fishing. It kind of widens out. There's an old dock. And then there's that creepy cabin. You guys think I should put, like, free candy on the side of that cabin? I don't know if you guys can see it because of the shadow. But it's right in front of us. Oh, we took the wrong route. I knew better. There you go. Free candy. Who wants to come hang out? We were going to fish this. We're not. We're going to try a little different area. Yeah, every time I drive through here, that song, Just Around the River Bend, like, totally starts playing in my head. Because you think it's just going to end, and then it just twists and turns for forever. Surprised we haven't seen any deer. Got a big deer population out here. But it's getting a little late in the morning for that, so... Come on. How epic is that? Alright, Ferg, man. Thanks for swinging by, bro. Hey, shout out to the 4 people. Hope everybody's having a wonderful day. So this is the area I want to fish. It opens up just a little bit. I think the wind's gonna push me into the bank. Now that we're out of the trees, it's kind of breezy. But I think we're just gonna let it happen. I don't feel like dropping my rock. So I think I'm just gonna get pushed up into the bank here. Wind's coming out of the east today, which is kind of uncommon. I lied. I don't know my directions. I said east, but I totally meant west. We're going to throw a little jig. It looks like it's pretty bassy water here. So we got a jig with a Colorado blade on it. And we're going to, we're totally facing the wrong way, so we're going to try to do a little bit of an old man, turn around, not drop the dog, not drop the phone. Alright, let's hit it. Thing about this is it's relatively virgin water. Nobody comes up here, nobody fishes. Oh, you guys, what did I tell you? You can't swim. I mean, you can try. I think we're going to get blown around and bullied by the wind. But it's okay, we'll figure it out. Hey, sorry about that. Come on, what's the problem here? What the fuck? Oh, okay. Sorry about that. We're a little windy. We're not anchored, so we're getting blown around a little bit. Turned all the way around. Phone almost went for a swim. But I think we got it figured out now. I noticed the spot earlier, and I want to throw my little jig around. I want to see if there's any largies in here. Getting to be the wrong type of day for this. We might do a soft plastic with the Texas rig. I know, I mean, I'm looking at a field of lily pads to my right. And just a couple casts. I gotta get back to the sandwich. I need a sandwich. Wasn't planning on all of this. Wasn't planning on being in the boat at all today. You guys hear that rooster? We pulling in some salad. There we go. I think I have my jig set on vegetarian because the only thing I'm pulling in is weeds. I mean, that looks good though. Our presentation's right. We're fishing right. If there's any big old bass on a bed, we'll find them. Yeah, she is built for this. To be honest, sun's shining. Probably about 60 degrees, but she's making me break a sweat. It's warm and she's happy, man. That's just her little happy place. I gotta stand up for a second. Sorry about that. Hopefully y'all don't get too seasick. Wow, what a beautiful day. On a cruise backwards, slowly, that way. It's a great day to be alive. I know the sun's still shining when I close my eyes. Some hard times in the neighborhood, but why can't every day be just this good? No, no karaoke. Yeah, I'm not too good at it. Just kidding, I'm so good. I don't karaoke because I get copyright strikes. Yeah, who doesn't have a soft spot for 90s country, right? I think we all kind of have our own little melody in our head, and it was either Travis Tritt or that's it, man. It's just the vibe we on right now. I'm kind of floating in circles, but that doesn't really hurt my feelings. Wake up. We want to switch weapons. Well, don't choke yourself, you idiots. This is just a Texas rig. Speed worm. Oh, 3/8 bullet weight and soft plastic. But we're gonna do this slow. We're just gonna drag it along the bottom. Got a mild breeze kind of pushing us back towards home. Yeah, Daniel. Welcome, man. Damn, you're like already doing productive shit, like running to town. You get a Slurpee? That's the only thing I miss about living in the city. Like, you can go to 7-Eleven and get like one of those Mountain Dew flavored Slurpees. A questionable hot dog that's been on a roller for who knows how long. Daniel, we heading back, but we heading back slowly. We found some water, and it looked too good not to fish, man. We're shallow. We're up in some lily pads, but we're just slowly working our way back. I mean, there's something moving here. I don't know what it is. I should have brought some live bait. We just kind of jigging that worm off the bottom. And we cruising backwards. Slowly backwards. Hard to drive though. Hard for me to reverse steer. Well, I guess we're just kind of trolling now. Oof, that wind's kicking up though. Alright, we're gonna have to U-turn this. We in some thick grass. There's something turning out. I just don't know what it is. But we don't have enough strength in the motor to continue backwards like that. Chopping up some lily pads now. Yeah, Daniel, I can 100% relate to that, bro. I got one small town, about 800 people. And then our big town is about 3,000 people. But if you go over to Astoria, which is in Oregon, and it's like a hippie commune, they have, I think, 20, 30,000 people. I don't think, well, I guess might as well troll it, right? We're not very deep if we are trolling. If I remember right, you're from Nebraska. Which makes me wonder, have you ever driven a truck through a cornfield? I mean, the answer's got to be yes, right? Like, you're like, yeah, man, who hasn't driven a truck through a cornfield? Me? I mean, not yet, but I'm still young. Don't get me wrong, man. I've driven plenty of trucks through plenty of fields, but that wasn't. We don't have big cornfields on the part of Washington I live in. That must have been a different vibe. That means, like, when you were, if you're wondering what that was, don't worry about it. It's just my cinder block putting dents all over the bottom of the boat. You guys have to buckle up. It's gonna get a little choppy. Yes, I mean, if you guys were going to do, like, the Kager bonfire route, like, did you have to clear the corn out of the field first? Or, like, what were the logistics there? I guess that's a dumb question. You just bonfire where there is no corn, right? Same thing here on the the West Coast. But where I grew up was a logging town. So we'd go out on all these old logging roads and go mudding and do all that kind of stuff. We're coming up back to yeah, man, that's how it goes. Like I said, I was in a logging town, so we had logging roads that ran everywhere. And rivers on those logging roads. So we just pull up next to the river and hang out there. We're back in the fat part of the pond. We're dropping our jig. We're crossing our fingers. We're gonna cruise back to the house. We're gonna spend some time with the Tracy Stewart. Hey, welcome. Welcome to the live. Welcome to my backyard pond. You just missed a hell of a good time. Went up, tore apart a beaver dam, caught 2 fish. Not at the beaver dam, earlier this morning. We're cruising back to the house now, and hopefully I'll make myself a nice sandwich. And if you want the key on how to make a good sandwich, to make your sandwich feel like a little more fancy, like, alright, so we can't afford like steak, right? So you got those like budding meats that are like, looks like it was shaved with a razor. But if you roll that bitch up, like kind of like you would like a joint, you know, you don't have to twist the ends, but you might out of habit. And you roll that bitch up with a little bit of mayonnaise, some weird Dollar General cheese that doesn't melt. Like, what's up with the dollar store cheese not melting? But anyways, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm fixing to pull up Daniel, Brittany. Thank you, everybody who watched this live. Hopefully you guys got some entertainment out of it. Until next time, go outside. It's good for your soul. We'll catch you on the next one. Peace.